to join my Octagon and Squares Afghan. As you can see, I have worked an edging around both my square and my Octagon, and I'm going to be pulling it out to see how much yarn I need for each piece, because I'm going to have to work up some yarn bobbins. Okay, I have taken out my work that I had around my edging, and for the square I figured out that I used about 6.5 yards, so I'm going to make 7-yard bobbins. I've wound a bobbin here, and then for the Octagon, to work around an entire Octagon, the entire edging will take about 16 yards per Octagon. Alright, to get started, I have a square. Now each square should have 15 stitches around each edge, so a total of 60 stitches. And to get started, I like to work in one of my corner stitches. If you notice, you have 3 double crochets in your corner stitch here. There's 1, 2, 3. I insert my hook into that center double crochet. Any of the corners will do just fine. Now I'm going to work my edging around this entire square. Please bear with me. I'm joining this and figuring it out as I go. Normally I do all my work and then I make a video, but if I do that I have to make another Afghan, so we're just going to start the process together. To get started, I'm going to be using this aqua blue color. We've got our hook in our center corner stitch, and we're going to draw up this aqua blue, and then chain 1. Now we're going to work a single crochet in that same stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 1 stitch, working in the next double crochet, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Now we're going to continue repeating that across until we get to our next corner. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next. Now I actually seem to have an extra stitch in here or something. Hold on. So no, I don't. I just am looking at my stitches the wrong way. Alright, so we're skipping 1 stitch, working in the next, a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next. Now if you'll notice, in this corner we have our 3 double crochets in the corner, and our next stitch in the corner is our center stitch. So if we skip this stitch, we're going to end up working a stitch in here, and this isn't going to work. So what I've done is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're not going to skip a stitch. We're going to work in this next stitch a single crochet. And we're going to do that in every corner where there's 2 stitches side by side. So now we're going to work along the next edge. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. Now here we are at our corner stitches again. We're not going to skip the next stitch. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet in that center corner stitch. So just to see here on our counts, this is our one corner stitch here, this is the other corner stitch, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain 3 spaces in between our corners on here. So I'm going to continue to work around. Let me unwind some of my bobbin before I get started here. Alright. Now you are going to need to wind some bobbins. If you're working right from the ball, you're going to end up cutting your yarn because it looks like we're going to have a couple of pieces worked at the same time. When I started kind of playing around with this, I'm just going to continue working here while I'm talking. And I noticed that I started a square and I worked the edging around the entire square. And then as I started working on my octagon, I realized I needed more yarn, but I was working from the ball and I didn't want to have to break off the yarn where I was. So that's why I figured out how much yarn to use around each piece first. If you want, you can check to make sure that's how much yarn you need. Some people might crochet tighter or looser, so they may not need as much, or they may need more. Alright, we're almost at my corner here. So remember, when you're working your corners, we're not going to skip a stitch. I'm going to work in the next one in each corner. I may also write out a pattern. Well, I actually will write out the instructions. And I'll probably maybe draw up a little quick chart as well. Alright, so we just have the one last side of this square to finish off here. 1, 2, 3. 1, oops, lost my yarn there. So that was 1 chain, 2, 3. We're almost done. I think these colors are going to look really nice together. This blue is the same color of blue I used in my butterfly wings. And I had picked up this color to use, and oh my goodness, look at that, I almost ran out because I had too much of a tail at the beginning. So this piece of yarn that I'm using was literally just over 6 yards. So I would recommend maybe making them 7. I don't have enough. Darn it! Okay, well, like I said, please bear with me. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to fix up the edging on my square, and then I'll meet you to get started. Actually, to finish this one off, work your next stitch, work a chain 3, and then join with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet there. I don't have enough yarn to do that. Darn it. I have enough yarn this time to finish off. So we'll work our single crochet. Now you can see you've got 2 single crochets side by side, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and join with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. There we are. So this square is finished. We've got our edging around 7 chain 3 spaces along each edge with a chain 3 space in the corner. So that's our first square. Alright, we're gonna get started by joining our octagon to our square. Now we're going to work our squares along these edges right here on both the sides, and along this side we will join another octagon. Now I have a bobbin with about 16 yards. Hopefully that's enough. Like I said, please bear with me. I'm doing this for the first time. And we're going to get started. So we want to start by working in this corner stitch. You'll notice that there's a single crochet or a chain space right here in your corner. So we're going to insert our hook into that chain 1 space and draw up our aqua blue color, chain 1, and then work a single crochet in that same stitch. Chain 3, actually this one is a chain 2. So 1, 2, remove your hook, and we're going to insert it. We're not going to work in our corner stitch, we're going to work in the next chain 3 space on our square here. So this is our corner stitch where the 2 single crochets are side by side. We're not working in that one, we're going to work in the next one. So put your hook in there, and then put your hook back into your working loop and pull it up into that chain 3 space, and then chain 1. Now we're going, because we're working on the octagon, when you're done working in your chain 1 space, we're actually going to skip 2 stitches to start. We're going to skip this one here, and we're going to skip this one as well. It all will work in the end, I promise. So we're going to skip those 2 stitches, working in this next one, work a single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook. Now looking at your square, we're going to work in the next chain 3 space. So we just worked in this one, working in the next one, insert your hook, back into your working loop, and pull it up into the chain 3 space there. I almost need 3 hands here. Chain 1. Now skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet. So we just joined 2 chain 3 spaces that you can see there. Getting started on our next one, chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop and pull it up into that chain 3 space, and then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet on your octagon. So chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop and pull it up into that chain 3 space, chain 1. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch on our octagon, working in the next, work a single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop, pull it up, and then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch on your octagon, work a single crochet in the next. Chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop, and pull it up into the chain 3 space, and then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch on your octagon, single crochet in the next. Alright, so now we're coming up to the corner. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, draw up and remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop and bring it up through the chain 3 space, and then chain 1. Skip 1 stitch on your octagon, and then your next stitch is actually your chain 1 space, so we're going to work a single crochet in that chain 1 space. Now chain 2, 1, 2, draw up your and remove your hook. Now we're going to insert our hook into that corner chain 3 space on our square, back into our working loop, and then pull it up into the chain 3 space, chain 1, and then work a single crochet in that same chain 1 space on your octagon. So that's one side joined. You can see there how it's done. Now at this point we need to join in another octagon. Now to get started on this one, I'm going to need to get some yarn, and I'm gonna have to work one edge so that I can join. So I'll be right back after I cut up some yarn. Alright, so now we need to get started on a new octagon, making an edge so we can join them together. And here we are. I've got a purple flower octagon this time. The last time I was using the pink one. And we're just going to set aside our pink octagon. Now getting started on this octagon, I am going to start by working in a corner stitch in our chain 1 space here. Insert your hook and draw up your aqua blue or whatever color you're using, chain 1, and then single crochet in that same stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then remember our first one we're going to skip 2 stitches. So this double crochet and this, actually they're triple crochets. We're skipping these 2 first stitches, working in that third, work a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next. Oh, something got snagged there. Alright, oh, I did it again. There we are. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, work a single crochet, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 stitch. Now we're at our corner chain space here. We're going to work a single crochet in there. I'm just going to chain 2 for now because I don't know where we go from here when we're done. I might just do, I think, what's going to happen here. Let me just take a look and I'll be right back. Alright, here I am. This is what we have so far for the part that we joined. Now I've started a new octagon here and I chained 2, which was actually a good thing because if we look here, the next one I would join if I'm going to do this edging right along this side. It's kind of hard to put it all there for you to see there. The next one we would join with this yarn is actually going to go along this side of our square. So when we work that chain 2, we're going to actually join in the corner stitch here of this square. So I'm going to join this edge first before I start doing this one. So we'll just pull that loop so it doesn't get lost. So this is our purple octagon we're working on. We just did the one side on it, and we did a chain 2. So now we can actually remove our hook. We can insert it into that corner stitch. Make sure it's the corner stitch on your square, and we're going to insert our hook into that corner stitch, back into your working loop, and pull it up into that chain 3 space. Chain 1, and then work a single crochet in that same chain 1 space on your octagon. Chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space in your square, right here, back into your working loop, and pull it up into the chain 3 space. Chain 1. Now remember, you skip the first 2 stitches after working in a corner stitch on your octagon. So 1, 2, working in the 3rd stitch, work a single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, draw up, insert your hook into the next chain 3 space on your square, back into your working loop, up into the chain 3 space, and chain 1. Skip 1 stitch on your octagon, single crochet in the next. So that's the corner done there. I'm going to do a chain 2, 1, 2. We'll join in the next chain 3 space on our square. Chain 1. Skip 1 stitch on your octagon, single crochet in the next. So that's the start of that side. Now going back to where we were originally on our first octagon, like I said, you're probably going to have a couple of strands of yarn on the go here. Hopefully I don't get all tangled up. Alright, so we just worked in our corner space on this one. We've got our octagon started for the next side. So we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Oop. There's our second chain. Now looking at your octagon, working in the next chain 3 space, insert your hook back into your working loop, and then pull it up through that chain 3 space, and then chain 1. Now remember to skip 2 stitches after a corner stitch on your octagon. So 1, 2, working in the 3rd, work a single crochet. Chain 2, 1, 2, remove your hook, insert it into the next chain 3 space on your other octagon, back into your working loop, and draw it up into that chain 3 space. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next on your octagon. Chain 2, 1, 2, draw up, insert your hook into the next chain 3 space on the other octagon, back into your working loop, and pull it into the chain 3 space. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, working in the next, single crochet. So you can see now that we've joined the corners, and you can continue working around your octagons. Now I'm going to keep on working on this, and if I run into any changes, I'm going to film them and show you how to do that. For more crochet patterns, tutorials, and yarn shop, please visit my blog at dearestdebbie.com.